So this is Jim. So yes, it's too late. He's now you can't run. So Jim's running away when he should be being proud of the fact that since I played rugby in London, I've had the honour of playing this lovely guy the entire time. You can't. How long have you? How long have has?
I get my hair cut.
What about me, man? How long have you been playing with SLRT?
I think 15 years.
15 years. And how long has the group been running?
How long's what?
The group been running?
About 16.
Okay, 16 years. So it's that's one of the longest running social touch groups in London, you argue, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, that's your interview over, don't worry. Hi, so I'm going to continue my videos going through social touch rugby in London. I want to talk in this video about SLRT, which is South London Touch Rugby Club. Now, when you search on Google Touch Rugby in London, tag will come up. Then you might get O2, but then you'll often get SLRT. They are and were one of the biggest clubs in London. So, but my story with getting them is kind of interesting. So I started playing touch rugby in Island Gardens, where I met a lady called Jessica. I then went to play in, and I played social touch only. After playing lots of social touch, I played with Jessica in the team in Island Gardens wouldn't let me play with them, essentially. It wasn't good enough, essentially. And then after that, I went with Jessica and I actually went to join her team, which is called Pitch Slap. And that was near Surrey Quay. So again, Ian runs O2 Touch Leagues there as well. Really good fun to play with if you get an opportunity. Have a play. Again, he's a mini legend in that circuit, in that field. And then from there, I joined SLRT. Jessica introduced me to SLRT and I've played there ever since. Now, the interesting thing about that story, though, to conclude with is this. I then got a team together for an SLRT, just random people I enjoyed playing with. And I said, hey, there's a competition at Saracens, should we go enter? And lo and behold, we played against a team from Island Gardens. Now they had their squad, they had their kits, they trained all the time. And this is, if you get anything from these videos and why I'm so adamant about social touch, this is why. That team trained, that team had drills, that team had a squad. They played against us, who just went to the park every weekend, SLRT, to throw the ball around for fun. We didn't have any uniforms, any kits. I remember we turned up there, we were so shy, we were like, oh, we're gonna get our asses whooped. We destroyed every single team that entered into that tournament. And it made me realize that social touch has a lot more to offer. Also, when I first played with Pitch Slap, I actually found that the league games were much easier. They were slower. Obviously, there's less people on the pitch, and so all the negative things you hear about social touch, when you start playing touches with refs, become massive advantages. Suddenly, there's only 6 people or 6 opposition players on the pitch. Like, it's way easier to get around, right? You're able to have breaks and you have subs and things like that. So the game becomes much easier. So I think playing social touch should be a natural progression to playing leagues, and you often find a lot of players go straight into leagues and they don't play any social touch, and that's why I'm doing these videos, to remind you to kind of come play social touch as well. So without further ado, you've got a couple of videos that are going to be going through some of the people I played with, so hopefully repeat some of the messages I've said, talk a little bit about SLRT there. You'll meet some of the organisers that run the touch group at SLRT, and yeah, I think SLRT is a pretty good place to play, and you'll really enjoy it if you go down. So we are at SLRT. This is Roger, one of the organisers of SLRT. He used to play with Roger. You have to get this on camera accordingly. Roger, it's YouTube. Roger is one of the people that when I first ever played rugby in a team, I played with, which is Pitch Slap, which how many years ago?
No. My father's about 2015.
Can you imagine? I was younger and I was a spring chicken. We were both spring chickens back then, right?
Well, I was already 37.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I've caught you up. Let's just put it that way. Oh no! The banter's not left. The banter's not left. Good to know. But this is SLRT, which was back in the day one of the biggest social touch groups. I think it still is. I'll do a bit more recording when they start playing, when more people come up. So, a little bit more about SLRT though. They are a lovely bunch, and I do think this is still one of the biggest. That's the infamous Garrett, who plays pretty much everywhere there's good touch. So you do kind of get a nice sort of game here. They'll set up another pitch by the looks of things as well in a moment. But one thing to keep in mind is that they've really changed a lot. Like this group, for example, this kind of pitch used to be, you'd practice 12 on 12 or something, and they used to have like maybe 4 pitches around, but it's obviously really nice that they're renting out pitches that have been painted down. But it's a debate whether or not, it depends what you want. Like the one good thing I think about SLRT as well is the opposition's going to be playing structured touch against you. So if you want to play social touch but have a structured experience, like for example it's 6 on 6 here, there may be no ref, but you know they are playing as if it's a structured game. And they'll run shorts, they'll run back doors, they'll call moves. So if you want an experience where you're actually getting a bit of set piece attack as well, every now and then you'll get it. You know, they don't waste the ball, you know, they try and set up a move if they can. So it's definitely an interesting experience. Oh, okay, sorry. This is lovely Kate Saylor. She's doing your stretches now. I'm doing my YouTube video for SLRT, showing the amazing players. This is, I like Kate when she's all sweaty after playing. It's too late. I've already got it on camera anyway. Oh no, it's too late for that. You can send it to my lawyers. See you later. I hope you had a good session. And yeah, this is the guy playing SLT. This guy likes to do his training. And like I said, the interesting thing about SLT is you do get people that at least do their play for the nationals and all that kind of stuff, so they can actually teach things, which is it's nice if you want to learn how to play. Anyway, this is the amazing Luke. Yeah, did you have a good session today?
Yeah.
I'm sorry for barking a lot of orders at you, but you got it. Glad you enjoyed it. Okay, so there's a few things I missed. One, so SLRT was historically free, so social touch rugby is traditionally free in London. However, currently I think there's a fee of like £3 to £5 to play, and that's because they book pitches for you guys to play on. But also SLRT often moves. So it might not always be in the same spot on Clapham Common. When I first played there, it was in Balham, I believe. Clapham Common and Balham in different parts of the common, so it does move around. You do have to kind of follow the Facebook group to figure out what's going on, or be on the WhatsApp groups to hear from them. I would, however, say that, you know, there are a lot of, also the way they're currently playing, like they get fully booked even with the fees, so you kind of have to book in pretty early, and on top of that, the way they play is a bit more structured in the sense that if you're playing, you might end up subbing, so you might play a bit and then be on the sidelines, which is, if you're used to playing sort of more structured touch, well, inverted commas, you'll be more accustomed to. Whereby some people don't want that. Some people just want to go on the pitch and play like at Ruskin Park for 2 hours straight. So you have that balance. You can pick where you play. But I think that SRT, it changes the format sometimes as well. But I would say, like, if regardless, make sure you try all the different places in London. But SLRT definitely holds a top spot in my heart. And I think in reality, on the basis of it's been around for a long time, it's a great place to play. You always get a decent level of competition there. And people up for a good crack. So hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll see you around sometime if I come down to London.